let's face it, sewing machines can be expensive. And you might already know that I always advocate that rather than spending, if you're sewing on a budget, rather than buying a cheap new machine, buy a cheap second-hand machine will serve you much better. And so I did. I bought a $100 second-hand sewing machine that I have not even opened yet. So let's take a look at this together, as in my first look at this sewing machine, what you might look for in a second-hand machine, just the things that will help you to maybe have a look. And let's just be honest, it's going to be really fun watching me open this for the first time because I haven't even seen it yet. I am so excited. If I didn't mention already, this also happens to be the very same machine, not the actual machine, but the same model machine as the ones that we had in high school that I sewed my very first stitches on. It's the same machine. I am super excited to open this. So first of all, why the machine and what we're doing, and then I'll run through, we'll actually look through it together and look at different categories to help you, you know, what I'm doing, literally going through a second-hand machine, and we'll break it down into sort of sections. So first of all, this machine I bought for $100. Because you might have seen this video where I talked about having a $200 sewing budget to start up sewing with, and in that I said I would buy a second-hand sewing machine, a good quality one, for $100. That's what I would allocate my budget on. So this is exactly what I did. I am looking for a second sewing machine, not for here. This studio has lots of sewing machines, but my now home has 0 sewing machines. So I would like to have one at home now that this isn't my home base as well. This is just my studio, so I'm looking to have a second machine for there so I can do some sewing when I'm, you know, at nighttime. And so I found this machine, this model. I've been looking for a little while. I thought it would be really great. It is the exact same one that I had when I was a teenager growing up in high school. And so I saw it on Facebook Marketplace and it was $100 and I said yes. Not just because it has a red case and matches everything, although that does help. So I have not looked at this. Well, I did peek and open it, but I have not looked through it yet. So I didn't have a chance to actually sew with it or see how it was or anything. I just sight unseen said yes, and they were kind enough to even drop it off for me. So this is the Bernina Mini-Matic. Wow, it smells very musty. Okay, so I don't know if it's the exact model that we had in school because I didn't take notice then, but generally it's the same thing as far as I can tell by looks. So, wow. All right, let's take it out and have a look. Okay, let's first look at the accessories that's included with this particular one, which is very important. So one thing I did note is already, and I saw it has the manual, which is great. So great. So for anyone wondering, this looks like the Bernina Mini-Matic, the 807, made in Switzerland. Oh my goodness. Okay, what do we have here? Certificate of guarantee from Bernina Sewing Machines. Made out, when was this? Guarantee 30 years. Wow, Bernina, that is amazing. So this date of delivery was 1976. Wow. That probably makes sense because I think they were very old at the time, like when I was in high school, so we probably were likely this model. Okay, this is fantastic. Having the manual with it is like gold, but I'll just wing it for now and we'll go through that later. Okay, what else do we have? We have power cord and foot pedal, which is good. This is heavy. That's awesome. I was told it works, but could use a service. So who knows? We'll get to that soon. This looks like a little tray for, yeah, all right, possibly. We'll come back to that. And a little box here with, ooh, lots of goodies. What do we have? Awesome. There are so many feet in here. That is fantastic. Wow, just wonder what they all are for. Free machine embroidery. Looks like a pin tuck foot, piping foot. Hope the zipper foots are in there. Regular foot, an extension arm. Okay, lots and lots of goodies in here. Old oil, I won't be using that. Some needles, great. Oh, look at this little duster. This is the cutest duster I've ever seen. Okay, that's super cute. And some extra bobbins, and hopefully these are the super correct ones for this machine, so I'll have to figure out what they are and get some more, but hopefully they're all right. But we'll get to the sewing part in a minute. All right, accessories look good. I would look for, make sure you've got your power cable and the foot pedal. You can buy replacements, but I'd rather just have the originals. And you want to make sure that you have the bobbin and bobbin case is in there, so tick. Some spares are always good, and other feet are always good as well, and your manual is always good to have. So I think I've got a tick for having all the accessories that I could want. So let's look at cleanliness and just how clean or not clean this machine actually is, because I haven't looked at it yet. So obviously it is from 1976 and it's a little bit aged. I have a feeling though, with a bit of a scrub, that a lot of these sort of yellowy spots will actually come off. So otherwise it's in not bad condition. It definitely needs a bit of a dust. It's been in the wood, like a cupboard, and it's a bit yellowed with age, but really not too bad from the outside at all. Now I did open a little, let's have a look. Okay, I actually think this bobbin case is cleaner than my current sewing machine bobbin case. So that's a really, really good sign. Wow. Yeah, there's a few little rust spots on the bobbin case here, but otherwise, like, it's good. It's really good. For its age, that's normal, and in where I live, that's normal. This is very good to not have this rusted. Where I live, it's very humid. Okay, so far, clean. And the other thing I think on this, yes, these older ones, they open out. So the little light is in here, and wow, it looks really clean. There's not much fluff at all in here. Awesome. I'd say the dirtiest part is just around the actual top here, which is kind of expected. A lot of, with age, the oil can clog up a lot because these are sort of oiled all the way through, and it can clog up and get threads, but it doesn't look too bad. Nothing I don't think that I can handle, so that's good. Okay, are you ready to see if this sews? Me too. First of all, definitely if you get one, just use the hand wheel and just see how well it moves or not, because if it's seized up, that will be a big problem. So generally, it's pretty smooth. That's pretty smooth. Okay, let me get all the cords set up and let's try this. Let's sew. Okay, we're going to rethread this, of course, and put a needle, not even a new needle in. So let's see what thread we've got. Good enough. Now, I didn't read the manual yet, but given that this was literally the same machine that I learnt how to thread a sewing machine on, hopefully I can remember. And it helps that all sewing machines are pretty much the same. All right. Oh, so first I'm going to do it as is and then see what happens, and then clean it up and maybe see what happens after that. So we're just doing it as is first. Okay, I've never heard of a zwilling twin double. Zwilling. What on earth is a zwilling needle? Looks like a wingtip. Okay, anyway, there's another little pack here. Let's see what these ones are. Do you know if you read really, really closely that the like size and everything's written on the needle? Oh, it's all the way up there. Okay, top thread done. Now for the bobbin. Oh, there's no bobbin thread left. Okay, just kind of going with winging it. I'm going to use this one that's here and hope that it is all correct. And I'm going to guess that it comes off this way. Did I mention actually how heavy this machine was? So heavy. It's all metal parts. Why is it not turning? There we go, slight adjustment. The inner wheel here disengages the needle when you're spinning the bobbin. It stops it, so let's just tighten that up. Ah, there we go. Good sign. The bobbin thread is coming through. I'm going to keep going here for this. This is going to be bad. I love all of this inside is all aluminium. Beautiful. It's in perfect condition. That's why. Ooh, that makes a very satisfying sound. That's the sound. That's the sound of quality. that is why I picked this Bernina to get one as a second machine. All right, it's threaded. Let's turn the light power on. The light even works. Very impressed. All right, are you as like nervous as I am? Okay, let's just hand wheel it down first. 1, 2 stitches. What length have we got? 2. Let's go a little bit wider. 1 to 0. We'll guess that's okay. 1 has to be for the zigzag width and length. I'm not sure which is which. We'll find out. Oh, that one's for the zigzag. So let's go to 0. Nope, that's definitely stitch length. Dial is crooked. It looks like it's bent, so as I'm doing this, that looks like a stitch length of like 2 or 5, but it's on number 4, so that could be a little bit broken. That's nothing that can't be fixed, I suppose. So if you get a machine the same, just hand wheel it a few stitches just to make sure everything's going to work first, and then are we ready? Moment of truth. Ooh, ooh, all right. Wow, okay, no, that's tension. This is like a little balancing. Let's put it, yep, in the middle. Oh my gosh. It is a really quality sound to this. There is no rattling, no like, the whole thing's not like jiggling. All right, let's just do a straight stitch to start and go from there. This is so exciting. Wow. Oh my gosh. Can you believe? It works and it looks like it's got perfect. Oh my gosh. That was not good. Nope. I take it back. That was not good. Okay. Whew. All right. So let's just recap what happened there. I started to hear a little noise just as I was saying how great it sounded, and I can smell it now. So I could hear it like tss, and then was like, is it going? What's happening? And then looked and could hear it was sort of coming from here, and obviously immediately, this is only the light, so immediately went and turned it off, and I even saw a little bit of smoke coming out of there before it sort of stopped generating electricity. So that's no more power, and well, okay, I was also potentially going to clean this and looked how it sewed after it cleaned, and looking at all the different types of stitches, but we will just skip past that and go right to the conclusion of my vintage sewing machine. So I saw this sight unseen, of course. I didn't get to test it. Obviously, had I tested it, probably that would have happened at the time, but it is honestly not unexpected, and I was willing to take the risk. These are old machines. It's probably not been turned on since probably for a decade, who knows, like she hasn't sewn for a long time, and that's what I expected. So what now? Let's start with what was good. The actual machine itself looks great. The stitches that I did get to sew are incredible. I haven't even played with this yet, and they look great. It's not too dirty or anything. It's like really great condition, except however, obviously there is a little bit of an electrical problem here, and that is definitely something that I cannot fix, and that's not my realm. What I will do, I will take this this new little lady Bernina to the sewing machine repair guy and have him have a look at it, because that is what they do. They tinker with these all day. This back of this unit, it's a pretty popular model at the time, so I'm pretty sure, hopefully, it might just be a case of a new sort of motor or something on there. But I guess I will send it off, and I guess I will update you. Yes, I did get it fixed, and it's back from the shop, and oh my, do I love my new Bernina. So what was wrong with it? It was the condenser in the back here. So I was explained that it's a part that is needed to filter out the electronic noise, because way back when, according to Cole, when these machines were just out, if you would sew sometimes, the TV would static up and cause interference, and that's what the condenser was for. Let me know in the comments if you had that problem. I would love to hear it. He said obviously it's not a thing anymore that we have to worry about with our electronics, but it was then, and that's it. And he said it's super common, always happens. The part cost $20. The servicing cost $120, but it was super worth it. I always thought that I would get it serviced anyway. So he cleaned it up so nice. Look at it now. So it is all cleaned up. All the marks have come off. He remarked on how good condition it was and how probably little use it had, which is good for me because it means it's got a lot longer in it. So it sews like a dream. I know you're wondering. I've been playing around. I've even taken it. I've been sewing other things as well. I've tried out all of the stitches, all of the different feet, all of the things that I've got there. It stitches really nicely. My statement still stands of how it's sewed even before it was serviced, and of course now it runs absolutely perfectly. And I'm very happy to have this absolute workhorse in my collection now, because it's going to do a lot more work, I think. Let me know in the comments below, have you been scared to get a secondhand machine because you think it might blow up like mine did? I'd love to hear below. Or do you actually have a brilliant old vintage one that just you love as well? Let us know what it is in the comments, because there are some particular ones like this Bernina that are known to be really great, and put them in there so other people might be able to find it and get a bit of useful information from your experience with a vintage machine as well. Now I'm off to sew something on this lovely one, and until next time, my sewing friends, happy sewing. Bye.